Okay, we're
Oh,
live. Hello,
hello.
people of the internet. What were you gonna say about the books? Do you want to get into
Yeah.
that
So
now?
I'll
Now
say
I'm
for
curious.
these two books,
Yeah.
so meh. I am so meh about them. I have nothing to say.
Really?
Yes.
Are you kidding me? I really like them, especially the first one, the July pick. I give it 4.5 out of 5 stars. Like, I really, really liked it.
I
Uh,
have,
but I do understand. I don't think this is a book for everyone. Well, let's just
yeah.
get into it. This
Yeah.
was our July pick for the 20 something book club. And we're also going to discuss Woman is No Man, which was our August pick. And we're also going to discuss our nonfiction baddies book club pick for July and August, I think.
Yes.
I think so.
Yes.
So yeah, first let's start with our July pick, which was "Love in the Big City" by Sung Young Park, and I can't believe you thought it was mid because I really liked it. But as I was saying, I don't think this is the book for everyone because there's not really that much content. I was just here for the writing and the vibes, but honestly, the writing is what like completely sold it for me. I love the writing of this book. It was super easy, but also like
Yeah.
beautiful, but not like trying too hard. It was kind of like
Mhm.
effortless. And I really liked it. That's also like probably a good job by the translator because this is a translated work.
Yeah.
But yeah, I really like the writing, but it's a book that you have to go in with a certain mood. And it's just like for the vibes, like I was saying,
Yeah.
like there's not much plot to the story.
It's like very slice of life,
Yeah.
and it feels very much like a story for older millennials, like
Mhm.
messy.
Yeah.
And like I appreciate that. But like ultimately I just kind of felt disconnected from the character, and like I felt
Really?
um like obviously there wasn't a big plot because it's like not a plot driven book.
Yeah.
Um but I just feel like from the time the book started to it ending, I don't know if I really got that much out of it.
Okay. I do understand that because, like, at the time when I read it back in July and I read it
Mhm.
in like a day or something.
Yeah.
I read it super fast. And now, like, before the live show, I was like rereading some pages and I couldn't remember anything. But at the time when I finished it, I was like, oh my God, I love this
Yeah.
book so
Yeah.
much. But yeah, it doesn't really stick with you, I guess.
Yeah, I just remember kind of like like one of the things I did like though was like the beginning, how I thought this was like mostly going to be talked about like the main character and his friendship
Yeah,
with the one
same.
girl, but
Yeah, same.
and like obviously she kind of like faded into the distance when she
Yeah.
kind of like got married and like had a different style of living.
Yeah.
And I like that because it's like obviously like people change and like you don't always connect with them the same way you did at one point
Mhm.
in each other's lives.
Yeah.
So I really liked that. But and then I also liked like the discussion of like a mother son relationship and how like that person can be super toxic.
Yeah.
But you still like need to take care of them, or you feel obligated to take care of them.
Yeah.
So I liked that, but like but I also feel like it is like a glum kind of read. It's not like supposed to make you feel like super silly goofy inside. It's like very melancholy, right?
I don't think I ever heard that word. Glum?
Yeah.
Mm. It's kind of like gloomy.
Dreary.
Okay,
Yeah.
gloomy, downcast. Okay, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, look at
Okay.
me
Yeah,
expanding
but
the
it is.
vocabulary.
Yeah, but it's not like the lightest read, especially for like
Yeah.
a summer read, which like we
Yeah.
read it during the summer, which it wasn't the best pick for the time of the year, but like I still enjoyed it. I don't know. I still really liked it. And I also agree like I feel like the book was like advertised. I don't know if it's in the back, but I think it was advertises like this relationship between these two friends. And it was just like the first part. I don't think it's even half of the book. It's
Yeah.
kind of like a third of the book. And it's also my cover of the book is like about their relationship and the Marlboro Reds that they kept in the freezer and stuff.
Right.
And it's like there's not much of this in the book. I don't know
Yeah.
why. It was so like this is a story about two friends and finding love in the big city. It was more about finding love in the big city.
Yeah, and like
And, like,
all the different forms that love takes.
yeah.
So I feel like it was, yeah, I don't know, I kind of expected more from that friendship, but um I don't know, like I think like you.
Yeah, I kept like throughout the book, sorry, I
No, that's
interrupted.
okay.
But throughout the book, I kept like thinking that she was gonna come back and they were
Yeah,
gonna like reconnect, or I don't know, that she was just gonna come back. But
yeah,
like she didn't. So I was like, okay.
yeah.
But I really liked the last relationship that he had, and I think it was a really. I think he found a balanced kind of relationship after like the other ones that he had before and stuff.
Which one was the last relationship? Was that the guy who like slept on the mattress and
I
then
think so. Yeah.
he had like a really toxic older brother or something?
Yeah.
Okay.
What was he called? I honestly can't pronounce any of these names, but I'm gonna try. Um, Jiuho. It's like the last page.
Oh, I know. Yeah,
Yeah, that last part, like, it was so sad, but it was so cute at the same time.
yeah, yeah. It's
Is
definitely like
it?
a book that I don't regret reading, but it's like if you want a book that is just about like surviving modern life, this is
Yeah,
it.
this is not it. Yeah,
Yeah. So it's like if you want, I don't know, like a transportive kind of read, this
yeah,
book's just it's almost like similar to Mary H.K. Choi in a way where it's like it's so close to being real.
yeah.
Like it's like very it's just such an accurate depiction of real life that it's like maybe you might not want to read it.
True. I wonder how old the author is because, like, I was thinking about what you said that this is
He
like
is
for
33.
millennials. He's probably older. Yeah, he's 34.
Oh, dang. Quick
Yeah.
math.
So makes sense that it would be
Yeah.
more not for our generation, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. Um, what else? What else? I honestly loved the writing, but I didn't really like tab a lot of stuff.
I didn't have any quotes.
Yeah, I just feel like the writing was pretty, but not like I don't know. It was just like effortless, like I said before.
It felt
So
at
that's why I
once
liked it.
and it felt smart and very alive, kind of
Yeah.
electric, you know? It was
Oh my
very
god, love that word. Kind of electric.
yeah. It just like it was I remember it being so quippy
Yeah,
and
yeah,
very
sure.
funny.
I think I have some quotes. I don't know where though. Oh, I have on page 215. It's closer to the end. He says, "Sometimes his very existence to me is the existence of love itself." That's a pretty quote. And also on the same page, it says, "Rain still falls during the late rainy season, as do tears, even when it's too late."
Wow.
Yeah, I was like, oh,
You said that
damn.
was
Don't come for me.
215?
Sorry?
You said that was on 215?
Yeah, 215.
Mm.
I don't know if we have like the same editions, pages, and stuff.
Well, I don't think so. Mm.
It's like, oh, it's 4 pages from the end.
Oh, stunning.
So that's easier for you.
Yeah.
Or like 3 pages from the end, even.
Okay, well, I'll find it after the live show because I really do
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah. Those are pretty quotes. It's when he's like reminiscing about his relationship with that last guy.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's pretty. Also, I like that he named, like, he got HIV and named it Kylie because of
Yeah.
the oh, I loved it.
Yeah.
Well, didn't like it that he got it, but like he was like, I thought I might as well give it a pretty name.
That was something that I liked because I feel like especially like you two, we read a lot of like adult contemporary, and I feel like it's pretty. At least for me, I haven't seen a lot of representation with like STDs.
Really? Yeah. Honestly,
So
same. Only in YA, which
yeah,
is
are you
odd.
thinking of Full Disclosure too by Cameron Garrett? That's the
Yeah.
only one I've read.
I have read another one that is by a Brazilian author, but I can't remember the name right now.
Yeah,
But yeah, I also read like one or two YA, but I've never read one adult book, which
yeah.
is nice.
So
And also,
I'm happy that that was included too because it was
yeah,
like a very good representation of like I have this like disease and I live with it.
yeah,
Um, so which is like kind of like the modern depiction of living with HIV if you get it treated.
yeah, true. Because he was like, kind of, he was like, oh, this happened to me, and he was at peace with like
Yeah,
having the
and
diagnosis. He wasn't like, my life is about to end, because like obviously now your life doesn't end with STDs and HIV. So like,
yeah,
yeah,
and it also like included him talking to his partners about that,
yeah,
and like what how they had to like go about having sex together.
yeah.
Um, so oh my god, hello,
COVID.
just choked on my own swallowing. Love
Oh
it.
no.
So yeah, like overall, like I gave it like 3.5 stars. Like I didn't love it, but it's like a book that I don't think I'll get rid of anytime soon, and like I'm glad to have read it because I was actually like funny story is that I sent this book to Mafalda like months ago after like Jesse from Bow Ties and Books read it and in
What?
one of their vlogs. Yeah, this was the book I sent you, and I was like, we have to like include this in one of the polls, and you were like, yeah, okay. You hauled it later on. You went to like a book fair and got it, and I was
Yeah.
this is the book that I like wanted to read in like the 20 something book club. And you're like, oh my God, I had no idea.
Oh yeah, that was it.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I saw a different cover, and
Yeah.
like this cover drew me to the book.
Yeah.
I wasn't entirely convinced by the cover that you have,
Yeah. I mean,
and so like,
I
but I
don't know.
really
Like,
like the book. Like I
yeah.
would reread this book. It's just like super short, and I like the narration. I like the writing, and even though the story doesn't have a lot of content, and it's just like it's hard to explain the story as well because of
Yeah.
like the narration style. I still really liked it. Also, I think this is our first translated book for the book club.
I think it
Not
is
sure.
too.
I think it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I guess
Yeah.
that's it for
Do you think
this.
it'd be in your favorites of this year?
I think so. Yeah. I also like my reading year has been a flop, so
Oh,
there's
great.
not much else. It's kind of sad, but it's true.
She says with a smile on her face.
It's fine. Like I
Um,
haven't been reading a lot, and all the books I've been reading have just been kind of like meh. So that's
oh, I
fine.
hate that.
It's fine. Like
Yeah.
the book club books are always good. So that's
Honestly,
fine.
the first half of the year with the book club picks, like almost all of them are my favorites.
Yeah,
This
exactly.
year, you got a kind of a flop this summer because now if we start talking about A Woman Is No Man, I also gave this 3 stars.
I give this 4 stars.
Okay, I know.
Why would you give it 3 stars?
I know Anna loved it.
Really? Oh
Yeah.
yeah, I haven't been checking the comments. Hello, Anna. I'm at work,
Yeah.
but wanted to say hi, cuties.
Hi,
Hello, Steph.
Steph.
So, why'd you give it 3 stars?
Okay, first, I liked the writing. I feel like there's a lot of I did tab a lot. There were a lot of I didn't tab a lot, but I did find a couple nice quotes that I liked.
Oh yeah, I
Um,
listened to the audiobook mostly for this book.
okay.
So I don't have a lot of quotes with me, but yeah. Go ahead.
Um, I just I mean, obviously, just with the content of this book, it's not like an inspirational read. At least
Yeah.
I didn't feel like it was. It's like really sad.
Yeah.
And I just feel like I also read A Woman Is No, that's this book.
That's good.
I read The Bad Muslim Discount by Syed and Masood.
Yeah.
And the story was like very similar. Uh,
Really?
yeah, and I don't know. I'm like there's some like I'm just tired of reading books that focus on like
Trauma.
trauma, especially like
Yeah.
Muslim trauma.
Yeah.
And I know obviously like there's a time like that happens and like that's
Yeah.
your story. It's important to share it. Um, but it was just I feel like kind of nothing really. I mean, obviously stuff happened. I hate saying nothing happened, but it was just like a dreary read that I was like,
Yeah.
wow. I wasn't connected to the mom or the daughter. And I felt like a lot of the conversations with the daughter and her aunt Sarah were like very forced.
Really?
Yeah, she
Those
was
are my
like, just get out of
favorite.
the house. And the daughter was like, I can't just leave.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. So
uh,
I was really eager to finish this.
really?
Yeah.
Well, I listened to the audiobook and I think I would have felt that if I read it physically, honestly.
Yeah.
I think like listening to the story was like easier. Like that's why I picked up the audiobook because I was in the first few chapters and I was like, I'm not gonna get through this quick enough, so I need to pick up the audiobook. So like I do understand that. But like
Yeah.
listening to the audiobook was a nice experience at least.
Yeah. Oh, I'm
um
sure it was.
yeah, but I do understand what you were saying about like you're tired of reading about trauma and it's like I am also kind of in that same
Yeah.
perspective with also like black authors and books about black people. It's just like I need like these people to be happy. Like there's not only the bad parts to
Yes.
their lives. So like
Yeah.
why are we only reading the traumatic experiences?
Yeah.
Um and yeah, I do understand that. I don't think I've maybe this is like an exaggeration, but I don't think I've ever read a book about Muslim people where there's not like some trauma involved. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, but like I know I read Love from A to Z, and there is like some trauma,
Well, he has
but it's
a
like parental.
disease.
What? Yeah, it's like parental, and then like also terminal illness. So it's like,
Yeah, it's
yeah,
kind of hard like to find just a book about like them
right.
living a life and
Yeah,
being well.
and even
Maybe
next,
there's just like some YA that I'm missing.
but like next month, it's another Muslim story that I think they're battling Islamophobia in this.
Yeah, it's empowering.
I'm
I hope.
hoping.
Yeah,
Otherwise, I'm just gonna cry.
yeah. Yeah, but this was a lot. I do understand that. I
Yeah,
also like sad books
yeah.
typically, so like that also appeals to me. I don't know why.
Wait, you know what? Okay, we gotta talk because let's just skip to the very last page. I am so confused by that ending.
Wait.
Lisa, Anna, please share because it's like she's escaped. The mom escapes.
Hey Lisa, I didn't see you come in. I love Sarah and I really want her point of view. Honestly, same. I really liked her
Yeah,
character. I also thought of Life from Late A to Z. Yeah, that's like a cutesy story, but like at the same time, he has a terminal illness, so like
yeah.
it's kind of like the Fault in Our Stars. The ending, I was also so confused. Let me read it back. I don't remember what happened. I think, yeah, I think this happened, and then somehow she like chickened out and went home, and
Yeah.
then the husband killed her and the kids. I think. I interpret it that way. I don't think they ever were free. Like what
Okay, I think
happened?
that's what Lisa's saying too.
She went to the train. Yeah, it was probably like before everything that happened.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's kind of how I thought of it too. Like somehow he was gonna find her, and then that was
Yeah.
gonna lead to her murder. But I was like, that is such an like oh, such a heartbreaking way to end because like her, your final moments of her, or your final moments with her, are of her trying to be free and
Yeah,
escape.
are like her last happy moments, basically.
Yeah.
Ah, not this. No,
Nice.
that's so sad. Why?
I know.
Oh my god. She tries to escape, but I think her husband found out, and that's why he killed her. Yeah,
Yeah.
probably that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought what was interesting about this book was like, even though obviously, like, I think the husband's name is Adam, he like has the ability to murder a person, let alone his wife. He also, like, you saw the struggles he had too in his day-to-day life, like
Yeah.
the pressure he felt from his parents, like the stress of money, and also and how he kind of relied on alcohol to get him through. That's how he
Yeah.
coped. um I think it was really interesting how like the author kind of humanized all the different actors
Yeah.
in this book, and like, yeah, they all act out in different ways, and they all hurt each other because of like the cycle of what they're going through, and like the structural um a big being misplaced, like they were, or
Yeah.
being displaced, because that's what happened, and like colonization,
Yeah.
like that's like the generational effects of it, and you're seeing it with Isra's daughter.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. Were you saying like because he's named Adam because of Adam and Eve? No.
That actually, I
No.
thought it was really interesting how they had well, he had, his name was Adam, but I think
Yeah.
his brothers had more cultural names, right?
I don't remember honestly the
I
names.
think, yeah, I think there was like Omar and
Oh yeah, Omar, yeah.
so yeah, I didn't, but like I don't really know Adam's role. Yeah, I mean,
Adam's what?
obviously there's Adam and Eve, but that's like Christianity. I don't know if there's an,
I don't know if there's an Adam in like Muslim
yeah.
culture and stuff.
Well, we can find
I have
out.
no idea. Yeah, we can find out. Google exists.
Adam and Islamic.
Were you expecting like for her parents' deaths to be like this? I thought they were like that they were alive, but they were like somewhat like the mother had like fled and was like somewhere in hiding or something.
So Adam actually is he was a the creation of Adam is both in Christianity and Islam.
Oh, okay.
So, can you ask that again?
You didn't hear me?
I did, but I was also reading, so I
Okay.
wanted
I
to
was I
make
was
sure.
asking if like you were expecting the parents that to be like that.
Oh, like
You
murder?
know,
um, no, I didn't think it would take that route.
yeah. Because like from the beginning, you know that like they
They're
didn't
dead.
die. Yeah,
Yeah,
they're dead and they didn't die in a car crash.
yeah,
I was kind of thinking that maybe the mother had like fled and she was like somewhere in hiding or something, and
yeah.
that's why they were trying to cover it up with like death and yeah, but no, I wasn't expecting that ending for the parents, honestly.
I wasn't either, and like, um, oh my god! And then just the way that the like Farida, I think was her name, the
The
grandmother, the way
grandmother, yeah,
she hid that.
yeah,
Oh my god!
her own son, like,
Her own son, and like I think that's also an interesting like situation, because it's like it's oh god, like if like your child does something really bad, what's the line there? As a parent, do you want to protect them, or are you going to like kind of enable them,
yeah,
or not enable them, like turn them in?
yeah. It's kind of hard decision. I think it depends on like each person.
Yeah,
Like, I don't know what I would do, but I think in the moment I would know.
yeah, oh yeah. um that
It's kind of,
happened with this is so off topic, but like in the US, did you hear of like Gabby Petito? I think that was her name.
yeah,
And Brian Laundrie. That
yeah.
happened with Brian's parents.
Really,
Yeah,
but
and
like,
they helped him because he came home without Gabby.
oh yeah, yeah,
It
yeah.
was
Yeah,
very
yeah, yeah.
clear that, something happened.
And they
And
were trying to like cover it up,
yeah. Um so it's like, and I
and
was
they
thinking,
probably knew like
yeah.
before. the
And
news would have
I
finished
was
it.
talking to my dad about that because I was like, if like I ever came home or my brothers did with something and we did something like to that extent, like what would you do? And he was like, I have no idea. Like as a
Yeah,
parent, you
I
want to
think
protect
it's
your
just
kid.
like in the moment you would
Yeah,
know what to do.
yeah,
Kind of like such a hard thing to even imagine. Like,
yeah.
what is
Um,
your shirt?
Girl, I have no idea. I got this for like $4 at Goodwill, and I think it's Jesus, but
Oh my
I
god, that
don't
is
know.
terrible. Are you kidding
It is so comfortable though.
me? But it looks scary. Don't wear that out in public.
It's
Please.
my sleeping shirt.
Okay, that's fair. Please don't
Yeah, I
wear that
sleep
out.
well with it. He protects me.
Not this.
Yeah, I know. I know.
And it's like I don't know if it's the position that you have the t-shirt in, but it kind of it's not centered,
Oh,
or
I
is
know.
it?
I don't know.
Oh my god, love that.
Yeah,
For $4, what a steal!
I know. I also got another one, and it was the Nightmare Before Christmas, but as a tarot card, and it was like the lovers.
Oh, that's so cute.
It's in the laundry right now. So
Aw,
Jesus and some skeletons,
yeah,
balance. Yeah,
that's a nice thrift store
yeah.
pick. Yeah.
Back to the book.
Back to the
Do you think Sarah should have had her own POV?
honestly, now that Anna was saying so, I'm kind of like, yes, because I really liked her character because she was the only like one trying to fight against like everything around her. So I was like, you go, girl. So yeah, I would kind of like to see more of her
I
in
think
the
it would
book.
be interesting even if we had like a companion novel of just Sarah's POV.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, and like her, and then it maybe has like a 10 or 15 year skip, and it's like her connecting with her niece.
yeah. Oh, that would be nice.
Yeah,
Let's contact ETEF room so she can
yeah.
write.
You're like, hey girl, let's do it together.
Get it going.
So one of the quotes I really liked was on page 14. It
Oh,
was,
that was
why
early on.
I know, but like here, I'm gonna read it to you, and like I know
Yeah.
you'll like it.
Thanks.
It's, why would anyone want to be a woman when she could be a bird?
Where is that?
At the bottom of the page. I have it highlighted. Well, you have a different edition, so.
Yeah. Oh my god, I'm trying to find. Is it like a paragraph or like?
It's at the very end of a section. There's like a little break. Really?
Page 14, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't find it, but that quote is nice.
And for the people.
Oh my god, Bailey! She woke up.
And
Now
now
she's turning around, showing her butt to everyone.
giving the people the view.
Yeah. The tail, like,
Slowly falling.
oh my god. Best part of the live show.
Yes.
I don't know where that quote is, but it's nice. I like it.
And then I also dog-eared. Wait. Oh,
Yeah.
when Dea was saying that the only artist she really connects to is Eminem.
Oh my
Do you
god.
remember that?
Where page is that?
It's on page 84 for me.
84.
But she goes, she identified with the rapper's tension, admired his defiant attitude and courageous voice. If only Dea had that voice. Some nights, whenever she had a bad day at school or Farida had upset her, Dea would slip her headphones on and fall asleep listening to Eminem's words, knowing that somewhere out there was another person who felt trapped by the confines of his world, comforted by the fact that you didn't have to be a woman or even an immigrant to understand what it felt like to not belong.
Honestly,
Like
same.
I get that, but I just thought it was so funny how like out of all like the musical icons you could have picked from in 2008, she went with
Eminem.
Eminem.
Well, yeah, I'm kind of judging, but also like it's
Yeah.
2008, so like fair.
Yeah. I don't know who else could have represented um like being in an industry where you don't necessarily belong, or anyone's music who talks about that. But I was like, you're gonna go with this white man? Like,
Yeah,
I
I
just thought
also
that was
know
really funny.
like right now I would say Britney Spears, but like at that time we didn't know everything that was going on backstage. So like
Yeah. Oh, it's Britney, bitch.
it's Britney, bitch.
Um,
I have some pages tabbed, but I didn't underline anything. So let me see if I can find what I was trying to highlight.
oh, you go, girl.
But honestly, I don't feel like they were. I was listening to the audiobook, so I may be wrong, but I don't feel like it was a very quotable book.
Mm-mm.
Not really, right?
I liked the writing, but I don't feel like there was like a lot of nice, memorable quotes, like you said. Ooh.
Anna has a quote. My favorite it's the loneliest people who love books the most. I kind of remember that, but I
Yeah,
also
that made
it's
me
when
think.
she's at the bookstore, right?
Yeah, I think it's Sarah who says that.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I kind of disagree with that though. Like, would you,
Really?
as an avid book reader, maybe? I don't know, but I would just never, like,
Do
I
you
like,
feel lonely?
thank you. I like, I like being alone, but I
Yeah.
would never describe myself as lonely.
Okay.
Um,
Fair.
so it's like, but I also think like I do really value my alone time and I only read when I'm alone. So I'm
Same.
like, like maybe, but I'm like, I don't personally think of myself as like alone.
Lonely. Like
Reading.
lonely is
Yeah.
like a bad word, I guess. So
Yeah. It's like you're missing something. You're missing
yeah.
someone. So I don't know. But like
I think
I did what?
like in this context, I think it makes sense. Because
Yeah,
it's
and
like
like
they felt alone in the system that they're in and
yeah.
they resorted to books to like feel less alone.
Yeah.
But yeah, I do understand where you're coming from. And I
Yeah.
don't think lonely is the best word
Yeah, I
to
think it's like we all use reading as an escape, and that's something that like Isra and definitely Sarah used too.
yeah.
So I get it from that perspective. And they were really lonely, like growing up, like you said. Um,
Yeah.
so yeah, I don't know. That quote like definitely made me stop and pause and think about, am I lonely? So
You're like, maybe I need to speak about this with my therapist next
yeah, it
time.
was like, let me text her right now.
Yeah. Am I a lonely person?
Yeah.
Um, yeah, but I remember reading that and I was like, oh, that's a nice quote to have like tattooed.
Yeah. um,
I wouldn't get it, but like, it's a nice quote.
yeah.
I don't have anything underlined, so I don't have any quotes.
The last one I have um, is on my page 116. It's,
Yeah.
she knew that the suffering of women started in the suffering of men, that the bondages of one became the bondages of the other.
Oh,
Yeah, I really liked that.
yeah.
Cyclical trauma, folks.
Wait, is that like at the beginning of the chapter?
Oh, you're smart. It's on the second page of Perdita in the spring 1991.
Yeah. It's so hard to find like these quotes. Yeah, I can't find it, but it's fine. I
Yeah.
heard it. It's a nice quote.
Yeah. Yeah, I think one of the strongest aspects of this book was how it discussed generational trauma,
Yeah,
and how like even if like you're the enforcer of trauma in another person's life, you can still have your own trauma, and that's like
yeah,
why you're doing the stuff you're doing. And it doesn't excuse or justify what you're doing, but it just provides the context to like make it understandable.
yeah. That's
Um,
basically like the whole Farida arc. Also,
yes.
when we found out that she had like an abortion,
Yeah. Well, I don't need did she have an abortion? Or I was
it
thinking,
was like a spontaneous abortion. I think it just happened. She didn't like plan it. I think
oh, okay.
she
It
just
was
wanted babies. I guess
she had
miscarriage. That's what it's called.
oh, okay. She had the two babies
Yeah,
who he like the mom they were girls, so the woman like his I think her mother-in-law gave her the potion, what am I saying, like
yeah,
a liquid to make them stop crying, but it was actually like to kill them. um
yeah,
that was intense.
yeah. That was intense. But I was like, you're still a shitty person. I hate it for Rita. Like, I think you're
Yeah,
supposed to. And even when she's just like we were saying, she justifies her son's acts of murder.
yeah,
I was like, no,
yeah,
I don't think I would do the same. But at the same time, like we were saying, you never know. In the situation, it's just like, it's a delicate situation. It's
yes,
like your spawn. Like, how how can you not forgive the person that came from you? It's just like it's too much.
yeah,
The person who you like, you educated that
yeah,
monster. It's so hard. Like it is. It's true.
yeah,
Like you made a person that killed another person. That's scary.
that is, I don't want that. Don't have
I don't
kids.
want that. Yeah. I want kids, but I don't want child murderers.
Murderous children.
Yeah, no, not that.
Yeah,
Um, but yeah, I also really like stories that go by back and forth in the
yes,
different generations. I think it's
yeah,
always interesting to see the differences, even though it was like that far apart from 1990 to 2008.
yeah.
It's still interesting.
And I really liked how like Isra and Dea were so close in age.
Yeah, I think it
When
was supposed to like show the differences between them.
yeah, I thought that was like a really a smart choice by the author too, because
Yeah,
like Isra was like in her early 20s, and
yeah,
obviously Dea was like 17 or 18, so they're like practically the same age, and just wildly different experiences, and just like how they're so interconnected.
yeah, yeah. I think it was supposed like to show how like a generation forward there's a lot more that you can do for your freedom.
Yeah,
Yeah, because like Israel didn't like she was also there alone. Like she went to the US
yeah,
alone to go to a family that wasn't hers, like with people who didn't treat her very well. So like it was probably harder to like break free. But like for her daughter, it was a lot easier.
yeah. Thankfully,
But yeah, I gave it 4 stars. It was a good read.
yeah,
I don't know if it will hold up um, in terms of like for me my memory. I don't know if I will remember this book in a few months.
yeah,
Even now, like I read it at the end of August, I think, and I still like I already don't remember a lot of it. So like that's
yeah,
really good. But I also listened to the audiobook. I feel like with audiobooks I tend to forget a lot easier
yeah.
stories. So yeah.
I just read it last week.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh.
I was, running behind.
Yeah, clearly.
Yeah, and I finished the transgender issue last night. Yes,
Really?
I did.
So the thoughts are fresh.
Air
What did
Fresh
you
Oat.
think?
Oh, I loved it. I gave it 5 stars.
Obviously.
Yeah, one of the best nonfiction books there that I've ever read.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Because
good.
it's like it gives you so much information, but it's not info dumpy.
Hmm.
It doesn't it feels very natural.
It felt
because
like.
I was kind of scared of going into this book because I was like, oh, there's gonna be like tons of stats and information everywhere, and I'm just gonna like forget everything.
Yeah,
But it was all so well structured within the like narrative of the nonfiction book, that it just felt really easy, honestly, to read.
I
Um,
it reminded me, it's like it was kind of a weird time to read this because like this is my first time not going back to school because I graduated. So I was like,
True.
it's like that's the new experience. But this reminded me a lot of like a paper I would have to read. Just the
Really?
writing and the way it was like, here's a chapter that's like 60 pages long, and
Yeah.
it's obviously it's like they're all mini essays. Um, and just the way it was structured and the way it's like not an easy read in terms of like it is dense. It is like just straight
Yeah.
information. Um, it reminded me a
Yeah, I
lot of
was scared
Peter.
from the get-go because I
Yeah,
knew it was gonna be dense because it has like this orange spine, and the books that have like these orange spines are usually like denser. A lot
yeah.
of Pidge's books are like have these orange spines. So I
They
was
have
like,
a whole list of
yeah,
these books in the back.
yeah,
I want to read them.
yeah. Where is it? I don't know if I have that.
Also published.
Aw, I don't have that, I think. Is it before the Oh, okay. No, I do have it.
Ha ha ha.
Sorry, I was lying. But yeah, Pedro reads a lot of these books.
An
Don't look at me, it's
intellectual.
true. Um, but yeah, this is my first one, but I had a really good experience with it. So
I loved it, and I thought it was really unique for both of us that it centered in Great Britain.
yeah, true,
So it's like
true.
obviously I know more about the US than I do about Great Britain.
Obviously.
Yeah.
Oh
So
my
that
God,
was
the Queen died. Did you know?
oh I know.
Oh, I know.
Oh I know.
I've just been seeing the memes. Honestly, it's just so
Oh I
funny.
know. I'm gonna
I
call
know. But
calling
yeah,
my Irish
anyways.
grandmother in a little bit and see how she's feeling. Be like, "How you doing, Grandma? Are we celebrating today? What's going on?"
Oh my God. But yeah, I also like that it was centered around the UK and not the US because honestly, it's kind of tiring to read about the US all the time. And even this book has a lot of information about the US. Like, I get it. You
Yeah.
guys are the best. No, but you guys have a lot of information about everything.
Yeah. Well, obviously, like it was because like the author is like British,
Yeah.
um, but it was. I think they did a good job, or she did a good job of like comparing like Great Britain and like how trans issues are there to like
Yeah.
the rest of the world or
Yeah.
the rest of the Western world. Um, and it's interesting. I did not know that the U.S. is like more progressive in some areas than Great Britain.
Yeah.
I was like, wow,
Yeah.
that was interesting. Like once she made that comparison, I
But
was
I
like,
think it also probably depends on the states, right?
yeah, I think
You're
we're
in.
the thing in the U.S. is that we're their political correctness we talk about. So if like you say something that's like like outwardly, objectively offensive,
Yeah.
people are gonna like backlash, whether or not they disagree with it. But they're like, you can't say that kind of thing out loud.
Okay.
And I think in Great Britain there might be more like room to do that.
Yeah.
Because they talked about like this one headline that was like outwardly transphobic, and when like the sister networks in the US were like, we don't claim that. Like we want our British peers to work on being an ally, whatever. But it's like,
Yeah.
honey, I know there are people in that industry, in that building right now who have those opinions. So it's like,
Yeah.
you know. Um, so I thought that was really interesting too. And another thing that I didn't realize, but I didn't know that. I guess in most of Europe, you guys don't have capital punishment,
What is that?
uh, like being put to death when you're in jail.
What?
Yeah,
Capital punishment. Death penalty? No, we don't.
definitely. Yeah, yeah.
I think you're probably one of the only like Western
Oh,
countries that has it.
oh, I know. But I never was like staring. I never had to like, confront that. until I
Yeah,
read
but
this book, and I was like, wait, she said something like that, and I was like, wait, this is not normal.
really, you thought it was just like a normal thing?
I never thought about it. I thought like the death penalty is like state by state. Like New
Yeah,
Jersey doesn't have it,
yeah.
but if you go to like Texas, yeah, you could have to be put to the death penalty.
What are some cases that get you the death penalty? Like killing someone? No, right?
Maybe like serial killers
Okay,
and I would think like child rapists.
probably.
That
Yeah.
could be it. Um,
Oh my god,
yeah. So,
that's
but
a lot.
it's like really nuanced, and I think like more people of color come in contact with the
Yeah,
death penalty than white
obviously.
people. So it's like, yeah, it's just a mechanism to enforce white supremacy.
Yeah.
So, um,
Also, did you know about sterilization of trans people that some countries
uh,
enforce? I don't know. I think I have that page
oh,
tapped.
I tabbed that too because I think it talked about like in some like Sweden or Finland, they would like it was legal to be trans, but you had to be like uh
Yeah,
yeah,
you
sterilized.
had to like be sterilized.
Yeah. I
I
didn't
think
know that.
that's fucked.
Yeah. And it's
I
just
had no idea.
yeah. Um
Yeah, it's here. It's on page 112. The United Nations has recognized the mandatory sterilization requirement to be a form of torture, cruel, inhumane, or degrading treatment. Now, but in like the 70s in Sweden, it was just like, okay. And the 70s weren't that long ago. So,
yeah. And then the paragraph ends by yet sterilization of trans people is still demanded in many countries,
yeah,
including Japan.
yeah,
That's baffling.
yeah. I had no idea about that.
Yeah.
It's sad.
But one of the things, and this is where this book was like weirdly niche to me, was that it brought up a lot of like queerness in Berlin, especially like right before World War II, like right before fascism, and it kind of took off.
Yeah.
And like obviously that's kind of like my niche area of interest.
Yes.
And so when they were when she was listing all the European countries that had basically eugenics, I thought it was really interesting that Germany didn't. Germany was not included in this list.
Yeah.
Because like obviously after the war, Germany made such a push to like be as far away from eugenics and fascism as possible. And I was like, I wonder if they were like actually like the German government was like actually like pro trans, or if they were just like, I don't care who you are, we're gonna stop sterilizing people.
Yeah.
Like, so I just thought that was really interesting, kind of just like affirmed everything I've been studying
Yeah.
about.
I would guess it's probably the second one. They were just
Yeah.
like, do whatever you want. We've had enough.
Yeah.
No. Also, other things. I read this book so long ago, but I tapped so much.
Yeah.
What was your favorite chapter?
Let me look at them.
I think mine was class struggle.
Yeah. I mean, it's hard to pick. I learned everything or learned new stuff in every single chapter.
True.
But I think I did tab a lot in class struggle too.
Yeah. Same. And also, I don't know if that was the one also about like the prison system.
Yeah.
No, that was the state. I think
Yeah.
it was like mixed in both chapters, but like, yeah, that part was also really interesting.
Yeah. What I really liked too was how she kind of aligned trans issues with abortion. Because it's like if you are anti-trans and you're anti-abortion, you have a problem with people having a right to bodily autonomy. And when she put it like that, I was like, oh my God, you're such a genius. It's just like reading a concept.
Yeah. That's true. Also, because like most people that are like against one are usually against the other, so like it makes sense.
Yeah. It's just like both like the issue you have is people being able to control what they want to do with their bodies, and then it like obviously it intersects with like, you know, people who are trans can have abortion and people who have abortions can be trans. So it's like I just love, like, you can't be pro mom without being pro the other.
Yeah.
Because if you are, then there's a fallacy in your logic somewhere.
Obviously. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, it was just, this is like this might be my favorites of this year, because this was just like
Really?
such a mind blowing book. There's just the information. I just feel like I can, like, any person who wants to argue trans rights with me, I can be like, boom, boom, here's all the facts, you know? Here's the information. Read this book. It's so good. So good.
True. I was expecting this book to be good, honestly. I had really high expectations. So I'm glad it went up to those high expectations, because otherwise I would be sad. But I was kind of like, at the beginning, she was saying like, oh, I'm not going to talk about my own transition a lot. But then she talks about it a lot throughout the book. But I was like, I'm glad she did, because like, I don't know, I like memoirs and I like knowing about people's stories, and it feels a lot more personal. And like, obviously she's trans, so like she had a lot of things to connect with the things that she was saying. So like, I didn't like when she was at first saying like, oh, I'm not going to talk about my own experiences, I'm going to just focus on trans people in general. I was like, bummer, but like then she still did. So like, she lied.
But I like how she was, I do like how she set that boundary, and she was like, trans people can offer more than just like their personal traumas. And
she was just like kind of saying, this is not a memoir. This is a book about trans people. Maybe I'll give my insights here and there, but I was like, she's not going to talk about her life. I want to know about her.
And the information that she did share was like it like helped contextualize everything else. And I like how she was like, oh, like I came from like a middle class family. I'm white. I like, you know, had access to education. It all was like, this is my experience, and I still went through this. So it was like, obviously, to put things in perspective, so good. So good.
Yeah. Let me see if I have any more like things. I also really like the chapter about sex work. I think it's called Sex Cells. Because it's like a part of trans people's lives that people don't like to talk about, because obviously sex work is not really viewed in a good light. But it's still important, still work, and unfortunately it's how a lot of trans people get work in this world. But yeah, I think it was important to talk about it. I don't see a lot of people talk about it other than like making fun of it, which is just amazing, you know.
One of the things too that like after reading this, like I really want to read up on is like capitalism versus socialism, because she kept saying how like trans people can't have liberation under capitalism. And I was like, that, like, I don't know enough about that.
Okay, maybe I'll bring in a special guest. Pedro, do you want to talk about capitalism?
Oh, gee!
Because like he has a lot of these like orange books that are about capitalism. Like Casey wants to know capitalism and socialism. What book do you have to recommend?
I don't know. That's a big question. I would have to think of it, because like.
But he reads a lot of stuff about capitalism. So
hello, get back to me, please.
I have to check my bookcase, my book. Shelf, and I'll let you know.
Thank you. Because
but there's a lot of like, I think maybe in the also published by List at the end, you'll find some on capitalism probably, because they have a lot of books about that. But he'll let you know.
Thank you.
There's a lot about that.
I'll let you know. Then we can send her like a couple links.
Thank
you. Set. Oh, perfect.
I also like, maybe Pedro's gonna kill me if I say this, but I also want to read on that. I never really told you that.
Like, why would I kill you for that?
Because like I never really showed interest, but it's also because he tells me a lot about it.
Yeah.
So like I already know a lot of information about it from what you tell me. But I still would like to read.
I'll pick the book
Nonfiction
out.
baddies, hey.
Yeah.
We can put it up as a poll. A poll.
Yeah,
thing.
we can put it in our one of our polls.
Yeah.
That's a good
The
idea.
people don't want to read about Angela Merkel, but maybe they want to read about capitalism.
Was it a memoir or was it an autobiography?
It was just a biography. She has nothing to do with it. I'm so bitter.
Really? Was it for September and October?
Yeah. They said no.
I did not vote for that. I'm so sorry.
I
But I was like, I respect that decision.
I was using like all 7 of my accounts to vote for it, and it still lost.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Honestly, I only voted with one account, I think. So like only
That's
one
right.
vote was mine. The rest was up to the people.
And the people said no.
And the people said no. But it's fine. It's fine. We still have more months to put that in the polls.
Yeah. I'll just have to read it on my own.
Yeah.
But this book did kind of revive my love for nonfiction and like how I always
Revive? What do you mean it was dead?
Well, that's
Oh,
true. But I feel like I listen to a lot of nonfiction audibly, and I like just like I don't read a lot physically. So I'm like,
Yeah.
no, you always need to have one nonfiction and one fiction going physically. And
Yeah.
now I'm like, oh, okay, we're gonna pick it up again.
Yeah. Honestly, I was checking my stats for the year yesterday, and the genre that I've read the most this year is nonfiction.
She's an intellectual.
Yeah, I am. I need to say I'm an intellectual. I'm just so smart, you guys.
Yeah.
No, but I think it's like a little bit more than contemporary, but only like by 1 or 2 books.
And
But
not
yeah,
you saying earlier that this reading year has flopped for you. I wonder why.
it's not because of the nonfiction. I always love nonfiction.
Yeah, nonfiction is so great.
Did you read? We're going completely off topic, but did you read Jenna McCurdy's?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
stars.
renewed that
5 stars.
subscription just for that.
Really?
Yeah, I can't get it anywhere else, but I used Darian's code, so I got 3 months free from her.
Okay. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, I was like checking every day to see if Script had it. I don't know why it wasn't showing up, and then one day it just magically showed up, and I was like, oh my god, I need to listen to it. And I listened to it in like 2 days. So
Same.
Yeah,
we did a 24-hour readathon, and I just couldn't stop. I was just playing Animal Crossing for like 6 hours.
Yeah, it was so good. So good. Not me entering the light having read enough of these books. It's okay, Olivia. You can still join.
We're talking about I'm glad my mom died now.
Yeah, we're not talking about the books anymore. Yeah. But as a DK fan, I must attend. Yes, thank you. Thank you for your honesty and appreciation.
Yes, as we wrap this up now.
Yeah, but yeah, this book was really good.
So good. Highly
Definitely
recommend.
5 stars. Definitely going to recommend to people.
Yes.
And honestly, I would reread it. At the beginning of the book, I was like going back to what you were saying about audiobooks and nonfiction. At the beginning of the book, I was like, I wish this book had a nonfiction book available to me because Script didn't have it. Because I was like, oh, this is going to be so dense.
Yeah.
And it's just going to be really hard to get through, but it so wasn't. So I'm so glad I read it physically.
Yeah. Intellectual right there.
Yeah. And tabbing stuff. Oh, who is
Love
she?
it. Love it. But in like you know, and not so intellectual, we're reading a memoir next month.
Oh yeah, we are. Yeah. And it's really short.
Yeah. I got both of these used.
Really?
In such good condition.
They are. And also they're like from this year, right?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Not sponsored, but Pengo Books, she made some
points. That was a really interesting approach to history. Oh my god, I don't know what that book is, but I need to read it.
All right, I'm gonna write it down in the book.
Yeah. New History of Gender. Oh my god. I've never heard of this book. It came out this year.
Okay, well maybe we'll include it in a future poll.
Thank you for the suggestion.
You were trans.
I love the cover. It's so pretty. Oh my god, it has 61 ratings on Goodreads, so it's like super underground. Like
Yeah.
we're getting inside info.
Goodbye.
I'm getting sleepy.
Yeah, amen.
um, but yeah, we're reading Hola Papi for September and October. I also have books, but I don't feel like writing them.
I'm here
And
for
we're also reading You Truly Assumed for September for the 20 something book club. And we're also reading for October. You probably don't have it. Do you have it? Oh my god. She's so prepared. I still haven't ordered the book.
you, Snake. You didn't pre-order it.
No, I didn't.
The Weight of
The Weight
Blood.
of Blood by Tiffany D. Jackson. Our third Tiffany D. Third or fourth?
Second. Third. You're right. It's our
Third. No, it's Grown. What was the other one?
White Smoke.
White Smoke. The third Tiffany D. Jackson of the book club.
How
You heard
wow.
it here first.
The
No,
mom of the book club right here.
True. So true. She's
Yeah.
like the secret sponsor of the book club. She doesn't know it, but she is.
Yes. And her and Nina LaCour, actually, weirdly enough.
Yeah. Nina LaCour has also 2 books on the book club.
Yeah.
So
And
we need
then
to get a third.
I'm gonna, because I'm in a productive mood, the medicine kicked in, by the way. I'm feeling better.
Thank God.
Yeah. I'll put up some polls tonight so we can figure out what we're reading for the rest of the year.
Really? Already for like up to December?
We just gotta figure out December, but we can do that real quick.
Let's do it.
All right.
Let's do it backstage when
Yeah.
you can see us.
No
So
sneak peeks.
thank you so much, everyone, for joining the live show. We hope you enjoyed the books. We hope you enjoyed the live show. It's kind of chaotic and quick, but it is what it is. Also, we'll try to do it like monthly. We're not doing it monthly, but we're gonna try it next month.
That's gonna change this month, folks.
Okay.
Speak it into existence.
Yeah, exactly. Manifesting. But yeah. Thank you. Bye.